everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the medical surgical nursing 2 for the GNM second years. So in this medical surgical nursing there is a unit 9 nursing management of patient with the musculoskeletal disorders. So in this unit 9 we are going abnormal conditions. So today topic is fractures of spine and extremities. So fractures of spine and extremities. So now we will discuss about the definition of the fracture. So the definition, it includes the fracture is a broken bone. It can range from a thin crack to complete break bone. So can fracture crosswise and lengthwise in several places or into many pieces. So the fracture means it is a broken of the bone. It can be ranged from a thin crack. So there is a fracture means there is a broken of the bone. It can be from range from thin crack or there is a complete break of the bone. There is a crack can be occur on the bone, or otherwise there is a complete breakage of the bone can be occur. So the fracture can be occur according to the crosswise or the lengthwise and in several places and into many pieces. So the fracture can be occur in a lengthwise or the crosswise in a many pieces. So it can be, the bone can be broken into many pieces, or the fracture can be occur in the several places of the bone. So it can be fracture occur into many pieces. So there is a most fractures happen when a bone is impacted by the more force or the pressure. So because of the pressure or because of more pressure, the fractures can be occur. So the fracture of spine and extremity, it includes the definition of fracture. The fracture can be occur, it can be breakage or broken bone or range from a thin crack or the complete breakage of the bone. So the fracture can be occur across wise and lengthwise in the several places. So the fracture can be occur in the several places and it can be into the small and many pieces, and most fractures happen because of the force or the pressure. So because of the most pressure or the force, the fractures may be occur. And next, the causes and the risk factors, it includes the direct trauma. So direct trauma, injury to the bones. So because of the trauma or injury, because of the injury, the fractures can be occur. So because of the direct injury of the bones, the fractures can be occur, and there is a crushing forces. So because of the crushing forces and the fractures can be occur. So because of the force, the fractures can be occur, and there is a sudden twisting motion. So because of the twisting of the joints, there is a fractures can be occur. There is a sudden twisting motion. So because of the sudden twisting movement of the joints or the bones, the fractures can be occur. And next one is extreme muscle contraction. So because of the muscle contraction, there is a fractures can be occur. And next one is bending forces. So because of the forces and because of the bending forces, the fractures can be occur. Next one is automobile injury. So because of the accidents, the fractures can be occur. Next one is falling. So there is a falling, it is also one of the cause and risk factors for the fractures. So because of falling, the fractures can be occur in the bones. Next one is osteoporosis. So osteoporosis, the bones become very weak and it can be easy to break. So it is osteoporosis. And the next one is metastasis. So metastasis, because of the cancer of the bone, there is a easy to breakage of the bone. So it is also one of the cause for the fractures of the bone. So the causes and risk factors includes the direct injury or crushing force, sudden twisting motion and extreme muscle contraction and the bending forces and automobile injury and falling, osteoporosis and metastasis of the bone. Metastasis means there is a cancer of the bone. It is also one of the cause of the fracture. So next one is classification of fracture. So the classification, it includes the complete fractures and the incomplete fractures, closed fractures and open fractures, and displaced fractures and the communicated fractures. So the fractures, it includes the 6 types. So 6 types includes the complete and incomplete, and there is a closed and the open and displaced and the communicated. So these are the 6 types of the fractures. So first we will discuss about the complete fractures. So in this complete fractures, it involves a break across section of the bone. So it is frequently displaced. The bone snaps into 2 or more parts. So the complete fracture can be occur in the bone. So the complete fracture, so in the complete fracture, the fracture can be occur. So it is a become complete fracture. So the cross section of the bone, it is frequently displaced and the bone snaps into 2 or more parts. So the bone can be breakage into 2 or more parts. So the complete fracture, so it is a complete fracture can be occur across the bone. The bone can be snapped into 2 or more parts. So because of the fracture, the bone can be snapped into 2 or more parts. So it is the complete fracture. So the complete fracture can be occur across the bone. And the next one is incomplete fracture. So the break occurs through only in the parts of cross section of the bone. The bone cracks but does not break all the way. So in this incomplete fracture, the bone can be cracked. So the crack can be occur in the bone. So in the incomplete fracture, the only cracking can be occur on the bone and there does not breakage of the bone. So the bone cannot break in the incomplete fracture, only cracking can be occur. So there is a crack can be occur in the incomplete bone fracture and the breakage cannot be occur in the incomplete fracture. So in the complete fracture, the bone can be completely fractured and it can be snapped into 2 or more parts. And in the incomplete fracture, there is a fracture, the fracture does not occur. So the breakage cannot be occur in the bone, only cracking can be occur. So incomplete fracture, the crackling can be occur, the bone cannot be break. So it is about the complete fracture. So complete and incomplete fracture. Complete means the bone can be breakage completely and there is a the bone can be snapped into 2 or more parts. So the bone can be completely fractured, it can be snapped into 2 or more parts. And there is an incomplete fracture, the bone cracking can be occur and the bone cannot be break in the incomplete fracture. So it completes the complete and incomplete fracture. So next one is closed fracture. So closed fracture, there is a simple fracture and the bone breaks but there is no open wound in the skin. So the closed fracture, it is also known as simple fracture. The closed fracture, it is also called as simple fracture and the bone breaks but there is no wound, there is no open wound in the skin. So in the closed fracture, the bone becomes break but does not be seen over the skin. So the skin cannot be open. So the wound cannot be occur on the skin and skin is intact over the fracture site. So in this closed fracture, there does not the damage to the skin. So there is no damage to the skin in the closed fracture. The skin become intact and there is no damage to the skin. the inside of the skin, the bone become break. So it is called as closed fracture, otherwise it is also known as simple fracture. So the bone can be breakage but does not, there is no open wound in the skin. So there is no open wound in the skin, so there is no damage to the skin become intact and the breakage can be occur inside of the skin. So it is called as closed fracture and otherwise simple fracture. And next one is open fracture. In this open fracture, it is also called as compound fracture. The bone breaks through the skin and skin is interrupted over a fracture site. So in the closed fracture, there is no damage to the skin. In the open fracture, there is a damage to the skin. So the fracture, the bone becomes breaks and through the skin and skin is interrupted over the fracture site. So there is a the skin can be interrupted and the fractured bone can be breaks through the skin. So the bone become breaks and it can be occur through the skin and it can be interrupted the skin over the fracture site. It can be divided into severity of the grades. So according to the severity of the grades, it can be divided into 3 grades. So in the open fractures, there is because of the open, there is a skin become interrupted because of the fracture. So by the open wound, the bacteria can be entered into the skin, it causes the infection. So because of this infection, it can be divided into severity of the grades. So the open wound can be divided into grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. In the grade 1, wound is become clean and is smaller than 1 centimeter. So in the grade 1, wound is become clean and it is smaller than 1 centimeter. And grade 2, wound is moderately contaminated. So in the grade 2, the wound become contaminated moderately and there is a larger than 1 centimeter. The wound is become larger than 1 centimeter. And grade 3, wound is highly contaminated with extensive soft tissue and nerves and tendon damage. Wound is larger than 6 to 8 centimeters. In the grade 3, the wound is become highly contaminated. And in the grade 3, there is a soft tissues and the nerves and the tendons become damaged, and because of the infection, there is a soft tissues and the nerves and the tendons can be damaged and the wound is become larger than 6 to 8 centimeters. So it is the grading of the open fractures. It can be depend on the severity of the grades. It can be 3 types: grade 1, grade 2 and grade 3. In the grade 1, the wound is become clean and it can be more than the wound smaller than 1 centimeter. Wound size become smaller than 1 centimeter. And in grade 2, wound is moderately contaminated and the larger than 1 centimeter. And grade 3, there is a wound is highly contaminated and the soft tissues and the tendons and nerves become damaged because of the infection, and wound is larger than 6 to 8 centimeters. And next one is displaced fracture. In the displaced fracture, in which the two ends of the broken bones are separated from the one another fracture. So it is caused by fall. So because of the falling, there is a causing of the displaced fracture. So in this displaced fracture, the two ends of the broken bones can be separated. So two ends of the broken bones can be separated in the displaced fractures. So in which the two ends of the broken bones are separated from the one another fracture. So the two ends of the broken bones can be separated from one another fracture. Next one is communicated fracture. So in the communicated fracture, in this fracture, bone fragments are crushed and broken into several pieces. In the communicated fracture, the fracture can be in the bone can be fractured into several pieces. So the bone can be broken into the several pieces and become crushed. The bone become crushed and it can be broken into several pieces. So it is about the communicated fractures. The fractures, it includes the complete fracture, incomplete fracture, and closed fracture, open fracture, and displaced fracture, and the communicated fracture. So in the communicated fracture, the bone become crushed and it can be broken into several pieces. So it is about communicated fracture. And next one is clinical manifestation. So the clinical manifestations includes the pain and swelling, tenderness and deformity. So because of this fracture, the patient will have the pain, and by touching itself the patient will get the pain, and there is a deformity, there is a dislocation can be occur, disability can be occur, and there is a numbness. So there is a tingling or the pricking sensation can be occur, and paralysis. So the paralysis can be occur because of the damage to the nerves. There is a paralysis can be occur, and bleeding or bruising. So the bruising means there is a bleeding under the skin. So bleeding under the skin and because of the injury, and there is a bleeding can be occur. And next one is weakness. So because of this injury or fracture, the patient may feel the weakness and inability to bear weight. So the patient cannot able to bear the weight on the fractured bone. So it is about the clinical manifestations includes pain, swelling, tenderness, deformity, numbness, paralysis, and bleeding or bruising, and weakness, inability to bear weight. And the next one is complications. So in the complications includes shock from the blood loss. So because of the injury there is a severe blood loss. So because of this blood loss there is a insufficient blood supply to the organs. So because of this insufficient blood supply to the organs, and there is a insufficient supply of the oxygen to the organs. So because of this the patient may undergo and the shock. So shock means there is a insufficient blood supply to the organs. So because of the decrease, because of the blood loss, and there is a obstruction of the nearby arteries. So because of this injury, and there is a obstruction can be, there is a obstruction of the blood can be occur nearby the arteries, and there is a travel of the embolus, and from the embolus from the injury site to the lungs. So there is a embolus means there is a blood clot, it can be travel from the injury site to the lungs. So it is about the complication. There is a shock from the blood loss and the obstruction of the nearby arteries and the travel of embolus from the injury site to the lungs. So it is about the fractures and there is a classification. So thank you.